All right, let's check in once again with Dick Berggren.
With A.J. Allmendinger looking good, running fast, finishing third in that heat. How's your confidence for the feature?
Well, as we were joking, I've already ran about 10 times more laps than I did last year now. So, you know, just having a lot of fun. Just thank Insignia and Best Buy and Active Water for coming on board and allowing me to do this again. Last year, I had some fun, and then I was pretty down after. So coming back this year and to be able to run like this so far has been a lot of fun. But feature's a whole different story, but maybe I can drive these just a little bit so far.
You're catching on quick. You really are. Steve.
Well, I've caught up with team driver and team captain here for Riley Children's Hospital. Well, I'll start with the captain. Team captain, how's your performance so far out of your team?
We didn't do too hot. I was expecting a lot more being a pole sitter and ended up fourth. My other car beat me. That's usually not good. I spent a lot of time working on both of them, and I made mine a little bit better. So when he beats me, it doesn't look very good. But we just kind of over-adjusted a little bit. I was asking Jeff here kind of what he looked like he was tight in the middle. And this place is such a momentum track. Once you break the car sideways the least little bit, it kills your momentum off this, you know, just all the way around. So the cars that were slow and straight were really fast. The ones that weren't so hot.
Well, we'll talk to team driver here. It looked like turn 2 tight over there. It just didn't seem like you could carry any momentum off turn 2.
Yeah, I didn't start off getting the car turned good enough in the first couple laps. The car actually had pretty good grip. And then once I did get to turn, I was just sideways. So I'm just glad he didn't beat up on me, man. I mean, all the heck I've been giving him, he could definitely beat up on me right now.
It's my turn again. I just noticed one thing about him, though. Look how winded he is. He's sweating already, wore out. I think he fell out of the seat.
All right, it's getting ugly down here at Team Riley. I think there's going to be a lot of competition between these two to see which one's going to go for the back and see who can get the bonus.
That is one thing I noticed, though, in Kyle Busch. These guys, and you heard Ryan Newman, they're winded after 10 laps. This is hard work, racing around this racetrack as fast as they're going.
Let's check in with Steve Letarte. He's caught up with Carl Edwards.
I'm caught up with Carl. Carl, this duck down here, I know Jeff and we've chased that thing around a few Saturday nights down in Daytona. So how's the duck car running here tonight?
The Aflac Fusion is pretty good. Chris from All-Star Graphics pointed out that, you know, up and down pit road here, you can hear a lot of banging. My guys are just hanging out, just chilling. So I haven't hit anything yet. They're proud of me for that. Have a feeling I'll be starting back in the field, and hopefully I don't scratch the duck.
Well, I could say as a crew chief, that's the type of driver I like. I don't blame you guys. That is definitely the type of driver we want. But this crowd here is just amazing. I know you've been a lot of dirt racing. I've seen you out there at the Missouri dirt track right up from Kansas Speedway. Seen you run there. This place it's you know, second to none as far as quality. How is the track itself? It seems like it's changing a lot. Multiple grooves. The 18 finally made the bottom work. Do you think that's going to be something you can use in the future?
I hope so. You know, I watched that race. That's pretty wild. Justin Allgaier is unbelievable. Kyle's pretty amazing for the experience he has to come out here and do that. But Justin, that reminded me of the first time I ever saw him race at Peevely. He puts it right up on the fence and just rubs the right rear of it off. He's amazingly talented. So hopefully I can make that work. We've been working on trying to get the car to turn a little bit. But we'll just see what happens. Tony did a good job, and I think there'll be multiple grooves. And I think the very bottom's going to come in. So I'm going to try that.
Well, we'll have to see if it comes in. You know, Carl Edwards is a guy that he definitely cut his teeth, ran a lot of dirt late models before, and I pick him to go to the front tonight, guys.
Well, it definitely came in for Kyle Busch, and I'm just wondering how much credit we should give Scott Bloomquist for that move.
Well, a lot, because Scott, as I told you last year here, he got all the way out on the racetrack a couple of times, talking to Robbie Gordon, wanting Robbie to get down on the inside like you saw Kyle down here in 3 and 4. Bloomquist knows this racetrack probably better than anybody here tonight. And those cars, no matter if it's the car that they've been driving or one they take out of the truck, they're dialed in for Eldora, I promise you. The history of this place, they put new clay on this racetrack at the beginning of this year. And some of the locals are telling me that it really moved the groove right up next to the wall. And that's the reputation the track has, run high up against the wall. So if you come here, you'd say, where's everybody run? High against the wall. Somebody's got to venture down there and try the bottom sooner or later.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit. Remember at the beginning of the broadcast, we told you about a special bonus, a $50,000 bonus if each team sends one of their drivers to the rear and that driver comes back to win the main event. $50,000 extra to that particular team's charity. Let's talk to the 4 captains, Matt Yocum. Who's going to the rear?
Marty, we've caught up with 3 of the 4 captains. Kasey Kahne working on his backup car, but he's already designated a driver that's going to the back. So let's check in number 1 with Denny Hamlin, team captain. Are you sending anybody to the back for the 50 grand bonus?
I'll be honest with you, I don't think we have anyone on our team, myself included, that's good enough to come from the back. So I think our best choice to raise money for our charity is to just keep it as it is. I'm not going to send anybody in the trenches.
All right, Captain Hamlin, he's going to keep status quo. Kyle Busch, are you sending anybody to the back?
Well, I've thought about it.
Yourself to the back. If you had any nuts at all, you'd do it.
For sure. There's a lot of peer pressure here.
Smackdown.
I'm not doing it. I know, I'm not taking a front row spot and going to the back, that's for sure. I'm not dumb. Now, what I was going to ask you is, how far back is Pastrana already? Because if Pastrana's already back there pretty far, then
Just send him back.
yeah, then I'll just send him back in case it's a pile up somewhere and he comes through it all and makes it up front.
Now, he's 25th. The key is to try to get someone that will win to get the $50,000 bonus for your team.
He might win. Hey, I'm coming on Pastrana to come through the field and win this deal.
All right, now Kasey Kahne designated for his team that someone was going to go to the back, and that would be the owner, promoter, Tony Stewart.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I made a bad decision, but I told Kasey that I would volunteer to go back for our team, so I'm in. I'm going.
Now, how difficult is it going to be to come from the back to the front, especially with the track conditions that we've got here tonight?
Impossible. I started 5th in my heat race and ran 5th, so I've got to pick my game up in the main to get this done.
Now, Boyer, what do you think about his chances?
I think he's trying to win back his 50 grand. I think our team is going to elect to not go to the back. We got to keep everybody up front. I went to Newman. He's the only one out of our team with a degree, so I figured he ought to make the decision.
And what was his decision?
He said we better keep all of our guys up front, so I think that's what we're going to do.
All right, so Stewart's going to the back. Hamlin, you like his move to the back. It should be interesting for the fans.
Oh, I mean, he's got the talent. Why not?
All right, KB, your thoughts?
Well, the more I think about it, the more the NOS car needs to stay up front and the other car can go further to the back. So I think I made a good choice.
All right, these are the captains and their choices for tonight, Marty. It looks like Stewart's going to be the only one with a bullseye going for the 50K.
All right, here are the children's hospitals that benefit. Riley over in Indianapolis, Cincinnati Children's, Levine Children's Hospital in Charlotte, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis. What's at stake? The winning team takes home 45% for their hospital. Second place, 25%. Third and fourth, 15% each. Let's check in once again with Matt.
And I'll tell you what, Marty, you got to keep an eye behind you because you never know who's going to come up behind you and have some fun. Ryan Newman was over messing with Justin Allgaier and myself. You were messing with the back of this race car. How hurt is it?
Oh, it's not hurt. It's just a little cosmetic damage. Unfortunately, I've had my fair share of that here whenever I raced our late models, but something will get fixed, and we got a great race car, and hopefully we can get up to the front. We start 8th, so not too far back, and it's just going to be about survival of the fittest tonight, I think, in the main.
Now, looking at the cars in front of you in the main, what's going to be your strategy to try to get to the front early?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, hard tires. The cars aren't all going to come in at the same time, so just try to maintain for a little bit, get down to the end of the race. If I remember right, Tony waited until about 5 or 10 to go last year before he really made his move, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But the biggest thing is just go out there and have fun. I'm having a blast so far. The heat race was so much fun, and just do what we do best.
Justin Allgaier, he'll roll off from the 8th position. Dick?
Well, as his teammate Clint Boyer was working on tires and wheels, Jimmie Johnson was working on his helmet and seat comfort. You are going to start on the pole with a car that has no rear view mirror. How do you keep them all behind you?
Just go. Just go and have some fun. It's nice putting tear-offs on. It's been a long time since I've done that, from the motorcycle days and the off-road days. But once again, a great event. Got a good starting spot, and we'll see what we can make of it.
Good luck, Jimmie.
All right, thanks, Dick. Let's talk a little bit about strategy. Justin talked about how you have to sort of bide your time, make your move at a certain point. And when is it go time for these guys tonight?
What I've seen so far in the heat race, you better go when you see a green flag.
I think the other thing is certainly we talked about early on track position, but then the other thing too is to consider is moving around. If the top goes away for you, car quits working up there, dive it to the bottom. See if you can get some grip down there. But I want to tell you, I have become a huge Justin Allgaier fan tonight. I didn't know much about this kid. I'd seen him drive the Penske car in the Nationwide Series. does a nice job there, but I have been really impressed with his the way he's attacked this racetrack tonight.
He's been racing on dirt from age 14, 15 on up, and as we mentioned, won back at Bristol earlier this year with his first Nationwide Series victory. Well, you can see everybody's getting the helmets on, strapping in as we're getting closer.
There's something about shine and dirt that just don't seem to go together.
But you see right there, they were talking about tear-offs. These guys will go through a few tear-offs in this 30-lap race.